SOT, Brooklyn.
Hey to everybody, people as they party. It's time to hear a funky rhyme for me, the Bismarcky again. I had to display them, the way I like to say them. This other step and style that I use to amuse. And hey, I'm the original, hella by kinging. One freak I sound for throwing down, and you know that I'm bringing.
Rest in peace, Bismarck.
For what I do, like, wow. I keep the people cheering because of what they're hearing. Moving and grooving to a devastating sound is glaring because they're in the mood for me. The B-I-Z, the M's, the M's, the A-R-K-I-E. The party ripping, never tripping, king of crowd pleasing. I can turn it out without a doubt in any season. I entertain crowds, a million and thousands. Homeboys making noise as I do browse through a girl's mouth. Say the funky rhyme that make the girls get naked. I can turn it out with different sounds on my record that I say give them. Is you'll absorb the rhythm, the magnificent record maker of prison. The Bismarck kids are going up. The Bismarck kids are going up. The Bismarck kids are going up. The Bismarck go off, go off. The Bismarck kids are going up. The Bismarck kids are going up. The Bismarck kids are going up. The Bismarck go off.
Yo, Christ is king, y'all.
Check out this bizarre rapper style used by me. The B-I-Z-M-A-R-K, I will the E-N. You will be agreeing. A brother ain't a brother, LSC is say like G-N. What is that geeking? Keep the people freaking. Like me, the Bismarck keeper, call my style so you need it. Guaranteed to rock the mic, provide what I say. I'm just as good as clean with, so won't you make my day? Funky the original, yes, I can the mold.
Yeah, so to you brothers out there, after I did the Vocab Malone show, really to get the word out to the brothers that's in the camps that they need to stop with the violence, mainly out of the Sakari movement. Because when you check out all these movements, like the Sakari is really a splinter group of GMS. So GMS spoke out against things I was saying, mainly Gabar Allah. This guy is an Edomite that when we was in the school, we didn't know that his father was an Edomite, all right? And he's not just an Edomite, he's a false teaching Edomite, all right? Because when you check, he was talking about, back in the days when we was in WHOS, we was all friends, and we was all cool. Him, Killer Priest, me, because Killer Priest and him was in the same camp. The original name of GMS in WHOS was Spirits of Truth. And reason why they picked that name, because they was trying to compete with SOT, see? Sons of Thunder, Spirits of Truth. That's why CTAHAR picked that name, Spirits of Truth. But they was dealing with a lot of lies and false teachers, like all these camps that still carry the false doctrines of RER. So I'm just telling you that I'm coming. First of all, I don't want none of you younger brothers at GMS to get me wrong. You learn some fundamental things from GMS that is correct with the history and the nationalism, but as touching the gospel, they be lying a lot. First, they not the apostles of Christ in the Bible, because the scriptures tell you to try the apostles. And when you look at GMS's track record, they basically been teaching brothers and sisters to be false teachers, all right? So he was getting down on my jewelry and trying to say that I was a slacker. That was his defense. But how could I be a slacker if I'm working a job every day? I was working a job every day while I was in WHOS and holding my house down. I had a 5-bedroom apartment I had to hold down, and a wife. I knew about responsibility. This man didn't have no wife or kids during that time. He was just a teenager. And CTAHAR would leave him broke. And at the end of the day, he would have to come back to the school at WHOS and stand in front of the door of the class. And at the end of the class, he'll stop young brothers that were new to the school and tell them how great this school was, and then supplant them like Yaquab. Yaquab means supplanter. He would supplant them and con them out of money to get money either for his pocket and money to get food, all right? Because CTAHAR would just give him enough money to take the train, because he lived far away. I think he lived deep in Westchester. And he had to pay a big fare, but he would be hungry. And we had to look out for him to the point where he be begging people. So people started, instead of Gabar Allah, people started calling him Bumya Allah. And he would do bum things. Like one time, we had a hookup that me and Killer Priest, a.k.a. Karamalia, hooked up, where I knew a African sister at the KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, that was on 125, right down the street from the Apollo Theater. And we would give her money. No, we would give her, like, I would give her jewelry and earrings that I had and bracelets. In return, she would hook our bag up. She would stuff food in there enough for all of us to eat. It was me, Carl Maya, Killer Priest, Zabalawan, another brother that was in the early Spirits of Truth camp, you know. And a lot of these brothers, they forget their early beginnings. All right, so this brother Gabar Allah, he started to cause brothers and sisters a lot of problems. Because he always was begging. He begged so much that we would go into a restaurant and the waiter would be upset. Hold up, just a minute.
The number or code you have dialed is incorrect.
So I was telling, he was dissing my jewelry, all right? Because I made jewelry in the school. First of all, I made jewelry out of the school. I made jewelry outside of WHOS, all right? Because I worked for a black brother named Carvin Smith. He was part Native American Indian and Judah. And his mother was part of the Black Panther Party. So she made jewelry. So we made costume jewelry and stuff. So I would make pieces for generals in the school. At the camps, I would bring my jewelry around. And I knew the truth, and I should have just stayed in my position where I was, because once I entered into the school, They want to take over everything you got. And they like to use this thing you fell out. Yeah, I fell out of an organization that was full of false teachers. So that was a good thing. I fell out of a group that was supposed to follow the New Testament gospel and become a saint.